Peace, peace, peace to the family, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. What's that in my ear? Peace, family. Y'all bear with me. This is my first live broadcast from my Meta glasses, so I'm. All right, nigga. Yo, they got this. It's an AI in my ear telling me every time that I get a comment. Every time people join. So it's very overburdened because there's a lot of. I'll give y'all a preview real quick. What's going on? But see, I got these Meta glasses on, and I'm trying it out. I'm doing my live on Meta glasses, and it is very it's a new experience. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to debut it. I want to use it for some other things that I think would be very dope. But it's a dope experience. It gives us, especially people like myself. I'm an explorer. I like getting out in the world and seeing things in real time, and I like bringing stuff to you. You know what I'm saying? So the headset we don't see. Yeah, it's the headset that you don't see. It's overstimulating to a degree because there's a lot going on in my ear at any given time. Like the audio, they're sending me messages while I'm speaking. It's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to turn the glasses back on just to give you an idea of what it looks like, from a POV, from my perspective, on these glasses. So just what it looks like with glasses, right? So it's hands free. You know what I mean? My hands is freed up. You know what I mean? I could do a bunch of things with my hands. And it changed my voice. Yeah, AI be having its way with my voice. So it's a POV view. If I was at the gym show, it would have worked a lot better because I would have been able to give you live tours of what was going on. I could go inside the Vatican now and give you guys a live tour. I could go inside the Library of Congress, a lot of places where cameras are not allowed, museum tours. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can see everything on Instagram. They're called the Meta glasses. You can order them from anywhere. Yeah. Shout out to my brother Keys. He blessed me with these. You know what I'm saying? I had a very aspirational idea about what I can do at the show. Was it that prong like instrument? Oh, what is this? This is a tuning fork. This is a tuning fork. You know what I'm saying? They only cost $300. It's very affordable. And like I said, I have an amazing idea. I just cannot blurt it out right now on live and share it. You know what I'm saying? I have to be more mindful of my ideas and cater to them. Yeah, this is it's a Meta product. It's not. I don't got. These are not the Vision Pros. What frequency? I don't understand what you're saying. What frequency is what at? What frequency is the? Let me turn these off real quick. What frequency is what at? What frequency are they operating the glasses at? Or the bandwidth that it's on Bluetooth? All of these are legitimate questions. You know what I'm saying? And I plan to customize these and put some copper on them. Yeah, I'm going to put copper on them so we can neutralize whatever frequency. I'm going to put stones as well alongside of them that neutralize EMS frequencies. So we are not radiating ourselves. So, we're going to customize the glasses to make sure that they are protecting, our entire headspace and we're not frying ourselves while we are attempting to make breakthroughs. Now, let me say this. Let me put this on the record, y'all. And this is going to be a big one. You know, I said that I want to challenge a lot of the conscious tropes this year so we can free ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? And we can stop being so antagonistic against everything, even though everything should be questioned, right? Everything should be questioned. You know what I'm saying? And we have every right to question everything because we have been lied to, right? And I made this comment yesterday on live, and I'm going to repeat it, you know? And the way that I see myself going forward and the services that I have to provide to the community is I am committing myself to a 20-year plan from now until 2044, where I don't consider myself a leader. I don't consider myself a savior or any of those things. I'm in the business of brand repair. I'm a brand consultant, and I'm in the business of brand repair because that's what we're suffering from. We're suffering from a bad brand, right? Quote unquote, the concept or the label of blackness has a black eye in the world of branding, right? We have to rebrand blackness. And that goes for all of the encompassing ideas and terms that we consider and call ourselves. All of it goes underneath the roof of this conversation. We can have a closed-door conversation and get to it. But around the world, as they see you, automatically they identify you with the brand of blackness. And that brand is damaged. You know what I'm saying? That brand is damaged. So we have to deal with brand repair. We have to deal with image repair, right? Our people suffer from image identity. They're suffering from an identity crisis, right? They don't have a identity or image that they can identify with to call their own. One that substantiates how they feel about themselves or what they know about themselves. It's not consistent. We know that we're gods and we're goddesses for those of us that know it, right? But the brand does not reflect it. You know what I'm saying? And an image is one that, I can hold myself to a standard and consider myself one thing, but if I'm the only one out the flock, does that make the whole flock? Is that a consistent truth amongst us as a people? Or does that mean that I'm just a nigga who got away from the plantation, right? And there's no fun being the only, free man on the land while everybody else is in the plantation, right? You got to free your people up. And I think that from further review and what I've been observing, we're prisoners to a brand that has been damaged, and we're not looking at it like that. How do we repair this brand? Feel me? How do we repair the brand? Because the brand is wore out. It's ragged. But its value cannot be quantified in numbers. So you're looking at a brand that you can't throw away because it's too valuable. But there's some damage done to it that needs to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like having a Rolls Royce Cullinan in the driveway, and you just got a minor, it's just something minor that you need to fix to put it back on the road. Yeah, it's pretty. It got some shiny rims, but it don't get on the road. So what use is of it? It's just there to look at. Yeah, the car's hella pretty, but it don't drive. That's blackness in a nutshell, right? It's hella pretty, but it don't drive. You feel me? You can't put it on the road. It's just for show. It's good to look at, right? It has some wonderful features underneath the hood. You dig what I'm saying? But they're overlooking the fact that you need to fix the transition, you know what I'm saying? And actually get it on the road and make it operational. Because, that shit can go from 0 to 60 in no time, right? It was made to drive, not to look at. And that's us in a nutshell as a brand. Now, let me say this. For me and my brother, I'm going to speak for myself. Then I hope my brother can co-sign and be like, yeah, me too. I'm a pagan, right? So why wouldn't I operate pagan holidays? If a pagan, it means that Those were those indigenous people who knew nature. Those were those indigenous people who knew the time cycles according to nature. Those were those indigenous people who considered nature to be alive. Those are those indigenous people who were talking to the trees and shit. Right? If that's what pagan is, then that's who I am. If pagan was the niggas that was around before the colonizer got here, I'm a pagan then. If pagan was the people who align their astrological observations according to the cycles of time, if that's what a pagan was, then I'm a pagan. Right? So around these times when they celebrate what's considered to be pagan holidays, we have to be mindful that these were the ceremonies that coincided with people celebrating natural time cycles. They just fitted into a mythology that was best befitting for them, right? So right now in Rome, it's considered to be Lupercalia, right? This is a Roman pagan festivity, which was a fertility festivity, where the people were saying that I can remove all of the sins from the year prior, right? And because it was Rome, it was a little aggressive, so they was taking the box, right? They was a little bit more aggressive in how they were approaching, you know what I'm saying, getting women and what have you. We don't participate in that. We're not animal-like. We're not Roman. That's the whole point of this. You know, when in Rome, be a Carthaginian. Don't fucking be a Roman when in Rome, because you're not Roman. Right? You're not Roman. So you don't got to acquiesce when in Rome. You can fight back. Like the prophet did. You know what I'm saying? People want to be Christ-like and adorate and whether you believe in Jesus or not. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was the prototype of saying, I'm going to be in Rome and not be Roman. You dig what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. You know, when you go other places right now, like take Mardi Gras, right? Mardi Gras, Trinidad, and what they just finished in Brazil, all of them are celebrating Carnival. Carnival is an indigenous pagan tradition, okay, coinciding around fertility, death, and rebirth. Hence the fact that you always see the jab man there, or what's considered to be the person that is in horns. It is a black demon. He represents the angel of death. He is in all of the ceremonies, and we are not spooked by him. In the Caribbean, we understand what he means. He is an integral part of the ceremony, right? Just like when you go to Labor Day and they have Juve. You feel me? When you have Juve in Labor Day and the body is caught during Juve to inaugurate the festivities, unfortunately, there has to be an offering to the ancestors, right? They call that pagan. So be it. But eating the blood of Christ and the flesh and drinking the blood, that's not a pagan tradition. That specifically was incorporated into Christianity by Paul, right? When he came across, remember, Paul's mission was to proselytize the good word around the Gentiles. So what did he do? He did the same thing that Rome did later on when Constantine got Christianity. They adopted, right? They adopted what was considered to be pagan ceremonies and rituals of the people who they were coming across, so they can better maladapt to Christianity if they found that their traditions was included in it. The Eucharist was one of them. You can Google this, right? You can Google this. Okay? The Eucharist was one of those situations that Paul incorporated into Christianity to make it more susceptible for Gentiles to be, right, involved. So he brought in the pagan traditions. He brought in almost all of them were brought in by Paul. So I'm a pagan. And the reason that I acknowledge Valentine for what it is because it coincides. Yes. So let me get back to Carnival before I get on my tangent. Carnival, right, is all centered around Easter, which is centered around Lent, which is acknowledged today by the fact that today is Ash Wednesday, right? And you get Fat Tuesday before Ash Wednesday. So in New Orleans, they did Mardi Gras yesterday. All of this is in celebration for the 40-day period between Lent and Easter, right? The word 40 within itself means quarantine. So it comes of no coincidence that 4 years ago, the way that they did the rollout for C-19 in the quarantine is they had to utilize the energy of Easter to do that. Do you not remember when it popped off, right? Quarantine means 40. Holocaust means burnt to a crisp or burnt to ashes. These are all, terms that we should familiarize ourselves with rather than being spooked by it. So the carnival that our people are participating in, they're couching or encasing pagan traditions within Christianity so they can still practice and be what? In adherence and be in accordance and being in alignment with the astrological cycles of spring, right? The renewal purpose, right? Dealing with fertility rituals, right? We are people who acknowledge the cycles of the cosmos because we are intertwined with them. The mythos of the cosmos tells you everything that you need to know about yourself here on planet Earth and how you are to move around the sun, whether you believe this shit is moving or not. So, yeah, let me show y'all the Meta glasses shit. I'm going to tap it and I'm going to go to camera mode, right? This is camera mode on the Meta. Hands free, right? You hold it and it switches. Oh, they want to act up now. Okay. Nigga, you want to act up? You want to play me out on my fucking live? Hold on. All right, there you go. So, it's hands free, right? You can see my hands and shit. My hands is hands free. I ain't holding nothing. You know what I'm saying? Wherever I'm looking at, you can see that's that's where this shit is aimed and is picking up. I don't got the strongest signal out here right now, so this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. You feel me? Not this very second. But that's how that shit work. You know what I mean? We'll get. It's a whole bunch of applications and things that we can utilize it for, right? So, yeah, literally ears and eyes to the street. So when I do, yeah, I'm doing my OnlyFans too. Yeah, I'm launching my OnlyFans to with these glasses, hands free. No hands. Mind your business. Mind your business. If this ain't for you, mind your business. Yeah, it's a lot of applications, and we'll discuss them. Y'all know, some of y'all might remember when I go to the hood, I go to my neighborhood back in New York, and I do the neighborhood walks, and we walk through all of the neighborhoods and show you in real time what's what, where shit is at, the historical visits. I can take people on hikes now, right? You guys can go on hikes with me. You can spend a day in the life of Blue Pill. And it could be right off my glasses. I ain't even got to tell nobody that we filming so they don't act all weird and shit, Just let them naturally act how they acting and you guys can see the world through my point of view. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can stop this nigga's crazy. It's like, all right, if you see what I see on the daily, you know what I'm saying? Your head will look like this too. So look, our people have encased their pagan ceremonies within the traditional Christian ceremonies, right? And then conscious niggas want to come along and loot. You missing the whole fucking point. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. How else do you edify your women if you don't do it on a day like today? Because it coincides with something This meaningful. It has purpose and meaning to it. This is not just random, right? Case in point, take it for myself. Me and my brother, we was conceived on this day, on or about this day. Either February 13th on the 44th day of the calendar year or the 45th day, either or. This is when we was conceived. What does that mean? This is when my father had sex with my mother and ejaculated inside of her, right? This is the day that he let it go. For myself, for A.A. Rashid and his brother, who were born 8 years apart on the same day. This is the day. 9 months specifically from today is when we were born. 270 days from now. 9 months is November 14th. So I was conceived on this day. So this day to me holds very much of importance. I'm a 44 resonator because I was conceived on the 44th day of the year. I don't know if this goes over people's heads. You dig what I'm saying? And then I'm 44, and then that's the number of Aries. I'm an Aries rising with an Aries moon. These are the ways in which but Aquarius is also equals 44 in Gematria or in Hebrew. So I was conceived in a 44 month. My moon and my rising is a 44, and I came in Scorpio season. These are the ways in which I get to know myself better. So on a day like today that represents love, I like to think that I was made in love. You know what I'm saying? So I hold on to this tradition and I don't throw it out. You know what I mean? I'm in Arizona. I don't have my lady with me. I miss her very much. Like I do Valentine's, you know. I do the showering. And I do recommend it, you know. And some of you guys are going to get yours in the mail today or tomorrow, but you know, these are the days that you should give us some chocolate. You know, what better way? But give us some vegan chocolate with some things in it. You know, some magical things that make you both very happy all day, every day. Yeah. Shout out to everybody who got theirs. You know what I'm saying? 55% cacao, organic chocolate, okay? This stuff makes you very happy. It makes you very, very happy throughout the day. My serotonin levels are popping. Yes. I'm elated. I'm happy. You know? And what's wrong with being happy? What's wrong with being happy? You know what I'm saying? We should all want to be delighted, enlightened, and lighthearted. You know, moving through this world, because this world can be very heavy at times, very unapologetic, very unforgiving. You know? You could DM me and I'll send you the link for purchases, as, you know, a good amount of people have been doing, and they should be receiving their goodies very soon. Right? Here, take a trip down to Happy Valley. Right. So yeah, I'm just not one of those people, once again, and right now, because I probably have been different years on my timeline. You know, the conscious tropes. It's a pagan holiday. Huh? No, I'm almost ready. All right. It's a pagan holiday. We don't got no right celebrating. It's a Roman holiday. My nigga, once again, man, what day do you put aside to edify the women in your life to let them know that they're special? What day do you make where it's just their day? Do we have a replacement day? Because it's important that we acknowledge the feminine principle, because as the conscious community within the name, we're showing with it, just in how we name ourselves, that we are excluding divine femininity, because consciousness is masculine. So where does she get her play at? Where does she get her acknowledgement? When is her day? Right? When do we make it about her? Because this whole Aquarian age is about her. So when are we making it about her? When are we showing her that we have evolved past patriarchal Christianity? Because I don't go around shitting on patriarchy. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that either, because I haven't met too many women who want to lead in that degree, where they want to make a man subordinate to them. I don't agree with that. I believed in, I believe and I know that the cohesiveness of a power couple, a relationship, you know what I'm saying? The famtriarch. I think my brother Keys be putting it like that. You know, the man and the woman, you know what I'm saying? In perfect unison, working their shit out and working their magic. I don't think a man should follow a woman, and I don't think a woman should follow a man. I think that a woman naturally looks towards a man for leadership, you know what I'm saying, and direction, and he's providing protection and security and safety, but she should not be too far behind him. You know what I'm saying? Because I need her for counsel. I need her wisdom. She has this intuitive ability that is giving me the insight that I need for leadership. So I got to always keep her within earshot because I need to counsel with her. I need to go to her for her fucking wisdom, my nigga. Right? Because I'm over here thinking rational and logical. I'm weighing shit out and I can't see the motherfucking snakes in the grass. She can feel it. Yo, let's go this way rather than that way. So if I follow her, if I follow her direction and her advice, am I following my woman, or am I acknowledging the fact that she could see in the dark and I can't? Because she has this magnetic ability, right? Based on how she's set up, her physiological structure gives her better intuitive abilities because she renews the iron in her blood every 28 days. So her magnetism is stronger. So she gets information before you do, and she informs you, and you what? You're the person that enforces that information. You reinforce it, right? But the way that you reinforce it is you act upon it, and you're reinforcing this feedback mechanism that you have with her, and it's empowering her to feel that she knows what she's talking about. It's empowering you to know that she knows what she's talking about, and both of you feel more confident within the utilization of one another's powers. And now you got a power couple, and now you actually getting into some shit and getting some things done and jumping over hurdles and leapfrogging. You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit, man. Hold on. No sound? You can't hear me? Oh shit, okay. Is that better? Is it better? Let me know. Still no audio? No sound? You hear me now? Turning my volume up. Okay. Yeah, see? It's a slight learning curve. The audio is over here. You slide it like this and then you turn the volume up. Some slick shit, man. Technology is something else. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, so I was like, do we still got to put up with this? Like, niggas are still wearing their drawers exposed in 2024. Women got to deal with some shit like they got to deal with that in 2024, huh? So, like I said, we need to repair our brand. You know, we're suffering from image identity and from brand damage, you know, as melanated people. Whether you want to say that the brand is black or blackness globally as we're identified, or we have different subsets, right? You got the Moors, you got the Hebrews, you got different people who identify their specific brand acknowledgement. I identify with this brand, therefore this is the refurbishing that I need to do in this space to make sure that this brand is, repaired. Granted, I get it. But the overall brand of blackness, yes, that it needs to be repaired. And that's what we should be focusing on. As brand consultants, as image consultants and brand specialists, we need to build back the brand of blackness to make it a thing again. Give ourselves 20 years. You know what I'm saying? But look, let me show y'all some real other, some dope shit, that we got from the gym show. During times like this, if this is for the lovers only, like if you're really into heartfelt stuff and you got that lady in your life, or, you got that brother in your life and he likes shit like this, you could DM me and get a quote, man, and we'll get this out to you. But this is Rainbow Obsidian. You know what I'm saying? In the Rainbow Obsidian, you can see it has a heart, the way that they cut these stones, you can see the heart energy in it. You feel me? And they didn't put this in here. This was already in here. They just gave it a slight alteration, and then the heart pops out. You know what I'm saying? As a rainbow obsidian, naturally occurring. Let me show you this one. You know what I'm saying? You can see the heart right here on the edge of it. This is rainbow obsidian. Okay, this is from Mexico, from, our family that's right over there. Obsidian forms from lava when lava cools, right? And lava cools and then it's glass. As you can see, this is what lava looks like when it cools. But it's melanated, right? It's melanated. Lava is melanated in the form of obsidian. And obsidian removes negative energy, right? Obsidian removes negative. But this is rainbow obsidian, so it changes different colors in the light. It's green. It's blue. It got hints of red in it. You feel me? It's a rainbow obsidian. This is a big dog right here. As you can see the heart. Feel me? See the heart energy all on it. Right? See the heart? See that heart in there? So this is for the lovers, man. You know what I'm saying? I have never given up on love. It's been difficult, but I haven't given up on it. You know why? Because we haven't been taught love. You feel me? It's like everything else in life. We just expected to get it. This brother this morning sent me something in my DM. Shout out to the brother. I don't remember your name off the top, but I will when I do a post on this topic later. I'm going to make sure that I credit you. And he said something that was profound. Look at this double heart. This is a double heart, up and upside down. So this for you and your boo. It's your heart. This is her heart. You know what I'm saying? And I really, if the camera was, hold on, let me see if I can switch this camera to the back camera. Yeah, I think with the back camera, you could probably see it a little bit better, right? It's carved in there, it's grooved in there, but there's an actual heart vibration that's coming out of it, if you could see it. Right? So yeah, we don't give up on, we don't give up on love, you know what I'm saying? We're forever searching and seeking for it and staying open to receive it. I miss my baby today because this young woman has taught me something about love that, you got to keep back coming to these lessons of love to really get it, to get it to where you really got it. You know what I'm saying? So I miss my baby, but I love her, and it'd be days like today. You know what I'm saying? It'd be days like today when I'm reminded, what real love is, because I want to share something with you, and it's what the brother told me is like, we're taught that we're taught that we learn love, initially from our parents. But what I have to say, and what is true about that, is that that's not really love. That sets us up for what happens to us in the rest of our life. You know what I'm saying? And that's the fact that that's transactional, and it's not love. It's not unconditional. There's nothing unconditional about it. It's based on dependency. And we get taught that spectrum is love, and it's not love. It's dependency. And we take that shit into our lives, into our relationships, and we look for the same thing in a person that we're in a relationship with. We look for that thing that we got from our mother in particular. We look for that shit in the person that we're in a relationship with. And we wasn't getting love from our mother. Our mother was sacrificing, right? And that is a form of love, right? But it was transactional, okay? It was dependency. We were depending on our mother to give us something that we needed. And if she didn't, we threw a fit. And because of that fit, she quieted us up by giving us stuff. You know what I'm saying? Is that love? Is what one asks. Because later on in life, you're going to run into these situations in relationships, right? And you're going to expect for that woman to nurture you in the same ways that your mother did. And it's going to be based on your dependencies. Is it based on love, though? Is it love? Is what we have to ask. Or is it dependency? So it's not unconditional because it's all based on being transactional. So that's deep. And so we have to even reevaluate what love means to us in the way that we was taught love, because we never knew the type of love that we're looking for, because it's not the type of love that we got from our parents. That love was transactional, and it was dependent based. And it's like, if we want to use these concepts of being unconditional, or we're loving somebody regardless of what they do for us in return, that shit takes a lot. And we're hella selfish as a people just based on how we have been conditioned. So have you shown up in your relationships like that? Where you've done something for someone with no expectations of a return, and if they have not returned it, have you not in your mind be like, this selfish bitch, how dare she? Like, she don't know what it took for me to do X, Y, and Z? Are you not always quantifying the things that you give and looking for an equitable return, even if it's not right away, at some point later? Right? Even if you buy the flowers and the chocolate, are you still not looking for an extra layer of sloppy toppy tonight? You know what I'm saying? Are you looking to not push whatever the thresholds or the barriers were to get some extra shit up out of the transaction? Or are you just looking to, make her heart smile? Are you looking to put joy in her heart and a smile on her face with nothing in return? Have we graduated to that place yet? Yes. Or is it all based on reciprocity? That's not love, family. You know what I'm saying? That's transactions. Or it's transactional love. It's not unconditional. You're not loving from all 4 valves of your heart. You're loving from 2 valves of your heart. Because it's not an outpouring of love. You're giving to receive so you can compensate for what you gave to fill it back up. Just in case this person desires to bounce, right? You still feel that you are still equitably and equally balanced based on the fact that you have given and received, and not too much of the other, so you don't feel incomplete just in case that person leaves. That's not love. You know what I'm saying? That's us being transactional, and that's us keeping score. But we was raised like that, based on relationships that we had with our parents. I love you if you bought me this, right? You only as good as the last thing that you bought me. When you start providing, then I start acting a whole fool. You know what I'm saying? Fathers forget to tell their daughters that they love them one time, and the daughters is in a strip club now talking about, I stripped because my daddy didn't tell me that he loved me. They didn't say that, he forgot to tell you that he loved you that one day you graduated, and he didn't say that he loved you. Now you out sucking dick for chump change. And we do this shit to ourselves. But was it ever love to begin with? No, it was a fucking transaction. It was a transaction. So we got to be able to identify what the shit is and separate it from what it ain't. You know what I mean? Have we ever truly known love, to give love? If you can't protect the woman that you with, do you love her? Right? If you can't protect your child from police brutality and abuse and murder, right? Do you love them? Can you love them? Right? Can you truly tell that child that you love them if you can't protect them? Can you truly tell that woman that you love her if you can't provide for her? Or does it have anything to do with transactions and reciprocity? So we got to go places that we've never went because we've never had a conversation about the heart, right? We're the people who die the most from heart attack or heart disease, which means broken hearts, which means that we don't even know how to take care of our hearts, which means when something happens to our hearts, there's no place for us to go to remedy that. And then when we get into the medical institutions, right, they have they think that your heart can take more than somebody else's heart. So they don't even look at us with the same heart equity. They don't look at us in the same heart equity space. It's like, nah, yeah, your heart is more powerful than anybody else's on this planet. You got compassion for your colonizer. Shit, you stronger than strong when it comes to heart strength. So your heart can endure things that other people's heart can't. So we not even going to give you preferential treatment because you already guys, you guys got hearts bigger than the goddamn Pacific Ocean, right? Look how you open that shit up and give it to everybody but the people who really need it in your life, right? Like these children. Our babies really need to feel love. You know what I'm saying? Our babies really need to feel love. In particular, the young women amongst us. You know, the young boys are experiencing a level of confusion, right? But these young women are bewildered about the world that they live in and the attacks that they're under. Specifically, the attacks that are centered around, you know, informing them about their sexuality at such a young age. You know what I'm saying? These signals that they're receiving. You know what I'm saying? Whether there's fathers in their lives physically or not, because I know a lot of physical fathers that are present, but they're absent at the same time. You know, they're raising tablet babies, tablet toddlers, and their children are being raised by electronics and technology. And the father's in the home, but he don't know what's going on in the mind or the dome of his daughter. His daughter's being transformed in conditions. She has already been inaugurated into being into the princess program. And the princess program is strong. And the other day, you know, I showed that we found a vendor that had the most amazing tiaras. You know, I highly suggest that men, whether you're a father, a brother, or uncle, right, a stepfather, or even a friend of the family, right, let's buy these young girls and even their mothers some tiaras. Let's reconstitute this concept of what a princess is and what it means, because there's no, when they even get inaugurated with the princess program, there's no melanated prince and there's no melanated king that goes along with the trajectory of what a young woman is looking for. She's looking for Prince Charming, and he don't got nothing. He don't look like you, whether she even knows it or not. Subconsciously, she identifies a prince as a knight in shining armor. And when that shining armor comes off, there's a Caucasian face underneath it. When initially, right, the dark knights or the knight in the shining armors were always known to be Moors throughout time immemorial. The reason that they even came up with these words was because of our historical significance on the planet and who we were as knights. Google it and do the research. Find out where the knight in shining armor come from, that trope. Find out who the dark knights were, right? Find out who the dragons were if you need to know, right? It's all talking about us at the end of the day. No hyperbole. I don't have to stretch the truth or the imagination to make the shit fit, right? History best qualifies if you do the research. So Yeah, I'm telling my nieces I love them today. I'm telling my lady that I love her today. I'm telling my mother that I love her because I was conceived on this day. On or about either the 44th or the 45th day. This is when the egg, the whole motherfucking, this is when the egg split, goddammit, and I became blue and this nigga becomes red. You know what I'm saying? So when we speaking about love and love that we have for our people and ourselves, because self-love is the most powerful love of them all. But we need a whole lesson in loving because we were not properly taught that love from our parents. That love was transactional. And transactional love, I don't think that's the love that we're looking for. We're looking for this amorphous concept called unconditional love, which I've never found. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I'm just saying that I don't know it, right? There's conditions with all of my love. I'm just being real. Other than, like even the air, I'm like, yeah, it should not be putrid. I need it to be sweet. If it's polluted or toxic, I don't want it, right? But I don't have no choice in the matter. I need this shit. And I'll take it even if it's funky, right? I got an unconditional love for sunlight. I got an unconditional love for water. Feel me? So yeah, I want to say thank you. And again, I will be celebrating because I am a pagan. You know what I'm saying? If a pagan is not everything, if a pagan is everything other than a Catholic or a Christian underneath Christian dome, niggas sign me up, right? I'm Pablo the pagan. You feel me? All fucking day. If a pagan is somebody who understands their relationship to nature, I'm a pagan. If a pagan is someone who acknowledges that there is a life force in the sun, not that the sun is God, but there's a life force to it and we have a symbiotic relationship, nigga, I'm a pagan. I'm a pagan. Yeah. So I practice pagan ceremonies, feasts, and rituals, just like all of you do, right? And the Catholic Church is a pagan institution as well, because it has adopted paganism and made it an overlay of its folk traditions in order for this shit to work, right? But we see this shit breaking down day by day. Shout out to the chiefs of the land. Shout out to the indigenous tribes, right? Shout out to the pagans, right? Fuck the church, down with them, right? Let the Vatican and Babylon burn and do whatever it needs to do. You know what I'm saying? No love and no love lost. And shout out to, everybody going to see the Bob Marley shit. They left Peter Tosh out. That's some fuck shit. But we already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? We already know what time it is. So, to the deeply enriched, melanated, truly melanated, right? People who identify with the unfiltered brand of blackness. Salute to you all. You feel me? And it can't stop the shining. Peace.